I personally coach amateur and professional photographers around the world, and I do this through online sessions and workshops and through my photography community. And guess what? Amateurs and photographers, they need to hear completely different things. And you can learn from both, so stick around to both sections, the amateur and the pro advice. And so I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you wanna hear. And who am I to tell a pro what they need to hear, or even an amateur? Who knows? I don't know. I certainly don't know everything, but I do know a few things from my 20 plus years of working as a professional photographer. And I encourage you to check out my portfolio website, justinmott.com, and have a quick peek. And if you like what you see, maybe I'm worth a listen. And if not, that's also cool. So let's start with amateurs, because that's the bulk of my audience. First thing you need to hear as an amateur is don't let money ruin you, or at least don't let it ruin your photography. Get rid of this idea from the beginning and stay pure as long as you possibly can. Money will stunt your growth. It will cloud your vision. It will slow you down. It will take you down paths you don't need to explore yet, if at all. And guess what? Most pro photographers aren't buying vacation homes. Most of them aren't making a ton of money. I'm actually doing pretty well, all things considered, but most aren't. That's not a brag. It's just the truth from what I've seen through the years. So the dream of selling prints, or making a living selling prints, or suddenly landing a Nat Geo or New York Times assignment in your 40s or 50s isn't impossible, but it's pretty far-fetched. And even if you get it, guess what? They pay garbage. So the longer you stay in the pure phase, the self-discovery mode, the more likely you'll find yourself, your style, your vision, and the better you'll get at honing all these things. And I'm not saying to amateurs don't make money from your photography if an opportunity arises. Just don't let that be your motivation or expectation. Stay pure as long as you can. The next thing you need to hear is regarding Insta success. Your goal shouldn't be seeking praise or viral fame or winning contests. The goal should be to improve and to find yourself. So spend the time you'd waste on social media, spend that time learning and practicing your craft instead, and do so with intentional learning. And while I'm talking about that, just a quick note from my sponsor, which is today it's askmott.com, my personal educational website where I teach people photography. I have a paid photography community. People can book me for one-on-one sessions and workshops, all that and much more at askmott.com. So go out there and start projects. Learn about color, learn about light, composition, and storytelling. Learn from photographers who have books rather than YouTube channels, except for me, of course. We professionals, we have to promote ourselves. We have to network constantly because we need work, not praise. You don't need either yet. So don't waste your time on that, or at least don't waste it yet. Next, if you're a regular on my channel, you know I'm gonna mention this, but get rid of the gas. What kind of gas? Not that type of gas. Gear acquisition syndrome. It's serious. It affects 2 out of 3 amateur photographers and pros worldwide, and as of right now, there's no cure for it. So get something that suits your budget and your aspirations. Learn how to use it inside and out. Buy used, and don't buy again for several years. If you want to spend money on photography, spend it on education, a workshop, an online class, or photography books. Next thing you need to hear is learn from the best, not the famous. At some point, hopefully early on, you graduate from admiring and mimicking cliche Instagram or YouTube famous photographers to studying photography legends. I see way too many amateurs spend months learning how to take lesser versions of photographs from photographers who take terrible or pretty bad photos to begin with. And here's how it usually happens or unfolds. You want to learn photography. You go on YouTube, you type in photography education or amateur photography, and YouTube shows you popular channels built on well-produced episodes, not well-produced photographs. The algorithm will feed you mostly middlemen, middlewomen, whatever you want to call them. Some are good teachers, most aren't teaching from experience, if they're teaching at all. Most are selling you gear and making you believe that gear matters more than anything else, or that their gear is somehow helpful in their photography. Most of the time, it's not. It's a small, teeny tiny portion of your photography, and most of the features you don't need. And what you need is inside. Most of what you need is just grit and hard work and practice. You're not going to get better by buying new lenses or new cameras. You're just not. And for the photographers that you gravitate towards, the ones who are actually teaching, look hard at their resumes and their work and make an informed decision about whether you want to learn the easy way or the right way. This isn't to say the best photographers make the best teachers, or the ones with the best resumes make the best teachers, but there are a lot of terrible photographers out there making amazing videos and and are also terrible teachers. Next on my list is to make a plan. You don't get better wandering around aimlessly taking photos. When you go out to shoot, have a plan. When you travel, have a plan. Learn light, learn composition, learn storytelling, start a project. If it feels like work, you don't love it. That's okay, but you don't love it if it feels like work. When I started, I gave everything I had into photography. And I understand if you're an amateur, you might not have time for all this, but at least plan within that precious time you have to work on the craft, work on your skills, and to improve. Here's a good way to explain all this. Take my attempt to compare marathon running to amateur photography. Start by training to finish, then after you finish one, maybe you like it enough to train with purpose, like improving your time. And that takes a plan. I guess what I mean is you don't just randomly run around the block. Time yourself, stretch, eat properly, and just have a damn plan. That's all I'm trying to say. All right, now let's shift over to professionals out there. Even you amateurs can learn from this professional advice because maybe you'll graduate or maybe you want to become a professional. So the first one is definitely more money, more problems. Same thing, as I said to amateurs, hold out worrying about money as long as you possibly and fiscally responsibly can before you start chasing money. That sounds like a weird one, but the more time you invest in figuring out who you are as a photographer and what you want to photograph, the better you'll be. Once you start working, it's hard to find that again. It's hard to discover again. It's hard to learn again. So spend as much time in the learning phase before you spend time in the earning phase. All right, now talking about money. First thing is value your work and your time. Don't over or undervalue it. Set the value appropriately, and only you can figure that out through trial and error, researching the market. This industry isn't organized, so there's no industry standard to cite from. This will be an ongoing and never-ending endeavor, so just be logical. If no one is hiring you and clients aren't valuing you, sure, first go to social media and vent and tell everyone and let it flush out of your system. But when likes don't equate to dollars, look inside and figure out if you need to improve or lower your fees, or maybe both. The next thing you professionals need to learn is about retirement and savings. You frown on your corporate friends working their desk jobs, but guess what? They have a 401k and will most likely retire way before you ever do, if you can at all. I know very few photographers who have proper retirement accounts. Very quick to drop 10k on new gear, but rarely put 10k into savings. Take a second right now, go on your favorite search engine and Google, how much do I need to retire by age 50 or age 60, or whatever age you want to stop, and take a look at what that number is. Are you anywhere close to it? If so, bravo. If not, make a damn financial plan right now. You're probably in your prime earning years, and this is the time to save and plan. It's never too late. So once that pit in your stomach goes away, after you saw that number, start planning and use this as a wake-up call. All right, a little bit more unsexy adult talk. What am I talking about? No, nothing X-rated, but get your paperwork and archive in order. You are a small business. Have an invoice with your brand on it, a proper tax system, a savings system, an archive system, standard contracts, healthcare, all that fun stuff. Stop and do it now. It can be overwhelming, so do it one by one, but start right now. And next, self-promotion. Sell yourself in person and sell yourself online. Now more than ever, a real human bond is important. Be confident when you say you're a photographer. Tell people what you do and tell them to keep you in mind if they ever need any photography. The hustle never stops. I know so many photographers say they don't like to promote themselves. Damn, I said damn a lot today. If not you, though, who's going to get your name out there? Say it loud, say it proud. I'm a photographer. I'm available for work. Keep the hustle going every week at every point in your career. It's never going to stop. So that's it. That's my advice. If you need help with your photography, I offer one-on-one classes. I have a paid photography community where I give you assignments, give you feedback on your work, help you, whatever you want to learn in your photography. I also offer a mentorship program, and I have 2 slots left for my Northern Vietnam photography workshop. All that and more you can check out at askmott.com. If you have questions for me, if you're an amateur or pro and you have questions, don't be shy. Ask me in the comments section. I do my best to get back to everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to have a wonderful day.